Welcome back to Royal Chronicles, the channel where royalty meets reality, and every crown tells a story. If you are new here, we are so glad you found us. Hit that subscribe button right now and tap the bell so you never miss a single royal moment. We drop new content every week, and trust me, you do not want to be the last one to know. Now, let us get into today's video. Because what I am about to tell you is the kind of story that has everything: designer gowns worth more than your car, a room full of billionaires trying not to stare, a joke that nearly broke the internet, and a king and queen who walked into the White House and absolutely owned the room. Stay with me until the very end, because the joke alone is worth it. Picture this: the White House. A warm evening. The north portico is glowing with soft golden light. A motorcade rolls in, and stepping out unhurried, unbothered, and utterly magnetic are a king and a queen. Not characters from a Netflix series. Real ones. And waiting inside, a who's who of American power tech moguls, Hollywood legends, senators, and yes, billionaires who normally make the headlines themselves. But tonight, they are the audience. This was no ordinary state dinner. This was theater. This was fashion. This was diplomacy wrapped in silk and seasoned with wit. And we are taking you inside every single moment of it. Let us start where every great royal story starts: the outfit. The queen arrived in a gown that immediately sent the fashion world into a frenzy. Floor-length, elegant, and in a color that managed to feel both regal and effortlessly modern. Within minutes, fashion editors were typing furiously. Designers were being tagged. Instagram was losing its collective mind. But here is the thing about royal fashion that people often miss: it is never just about looking good. Every detail is a message. The color, the designer, the silhouette, it is all diplomatic storytelling stitched into fabric. And the queen knows exactly what she is doing every single time she steps out. The king, for his part, was impeccable in his formal attire, decorated, composed, and carrying that particular kind of confidence that only comes from a man who has spent his entire life knowing that every room he enters will stop and look. He wore it lightly, which somehow made it even more powerful. Together, they were a masterclass in presence. The room felt it the moment they walked in. Now let us talk about the guest list, because this is where it gets fascinating. State dinners are not open invitations. Getting a seat at that table is a signal. It means something. And the names on this particular guest list read like a who's who of extraordinary wealth and influence. Tech founders, media titans, corporate legends, people who, on any other night, would be the most powerful people in whatever room they entered. But here is what nobody tells you about billionaires: at royal events they get starstruck too. There is something about genuine royalty, centuries of history walking toward you with a handshake and a warm smile, that levels the playing field in a way that no amount of money ever could. Wealth is impressive, but a crown, a real one, carries a different kind of gravity. Eyewitnesses described a room buzzing with a kind of electric excitement that even the most seasoned Washington insiders said felt unique. And at the center of it all, the king and queen moved through the space with that rare combination of warmth and authority that makes people feel both honored and completely at ease. State dinners are not really about the food, though the food is extraordinary. They are about the ritual of it. The symbolism. The message sent to the world that two nations are sitting down together, breaking bread, and choosing alliance over distance. Every course is curated. Every seating arrangement is deliberate. The toasts are written, rewritten, and rehearsed. Because at this level, words matter. A phrase can strengthen a bond or accidentally dominate a news cycle for the wrong reasons. The toasts that evening were warm, personal, and laced with the kind of mutual respect that feels increasingly rare in today's world. There were references to shared history, to enduring friendship, and to the values that bind two nations across an ocean. And then the moment everyone is still talking about. We promised you a joke. And here it is. During the evening, in a moment that was clearly both prepared and perfectly timed, a remark was made and the entire room erupted. The kind of genuine, full-room laughter that you cannot manufacture. The kind that loosens shoulders and reminds everyone, even in the most formal of settings, that there are human beings behind the titles and the protocol. The joke touched on the peculiarities of royal life: the scrutiny, the ceremony, the sheer absurdity that can come with living in the public eye at that level. It was self-aware. It was sharp. And it landed perfectly. The king's reaction. A grin. Genuine, warm, and just a little bit mischievous. The queen laughed too, really laughed, and in that moment, the entire room felt like it exhaled. That is the power of a well-placed moment of humor. It humanizes. It connects. And in diplomacy, connection is everything. State dinners like this one are easy to dismiss as spectacle, as expensive theater for the elite. But they are so much more than that. They are the quiet machinery of international relationships. They are the moments where history is softened, where trust is built, and where two nations remind each other that they are, at their core, on the same side. And when a king and queen can walk into the White House, dazzle the room, share a laugh, and leave everyone feeling like they witnessed something genuinely special, that is not just good diplomacy. That is art. That is it for today's episode of Royal Chronicles. If you made it this far, you are officially one of us and we love you for it. Do not forget to like this video, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and subscribe if you have not already. We will see you in the next one.